Sensitive. Okay. So, all right. Hello, everyone. This is the Blvck Luna Podcast. My name is Vinny.
This is Ali.
Today, we're going to be talking about body standards in general, but more so body standards like on IG and shit towards women, and then dating standards and like kind of like the lies that are told towards women about what men like, shit like that. So the reason why I brought this podcast, this topic, Lex, is because I see on like online a lot, especially, and I hear this a lot, even from some of my homegirls. I might have heard this shit from you before too. I'm not sure, but like I hear all the time. This is what y'all like. This is what y'all go after. Type shit. You know what I mean? Like.
I mean,
yeah. Okay, but here's the
yeah,
thing. Oh, no. Okay. Well, we'll get into that. But what I'm saying is, I hear it a lot. This is what y'all like. This is what y'all go after. And then I hear a lot of women get discouraged because like they think men only like one body type, and it's like they're less than women if they don't have said body type, which I feel like is a lie. But women get this like clarification from Instagram, and they think, well, Instagram is telling me that, so this is what's the reality. But it's really not. It's just that's just
Instagram saying that.
like
we see what y'all be liking. No.
Okay. Okay. Yo, Lex. No, it's not. No. It's not because what?
Okay.
What? Okay. It's perfect example, right? What we like in a hoe that we're gonna fuck short term is completely different that we like in a woman that we want for the rest of our life. Two different things, right? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, if I'm gonna, none of that extra shit really matters. If you're just gonna, if you know that you're not going in a relationship with a chick, none of that extra shit matters. You don't really give a shit too much, right? But if you're gonna be around the chick for a long ass time and you like really want to be there for her and you want her to be there for you, you kind of want to look for different things, right? So I just feel
keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Lex, you cannot keep the same. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, look. Put it to you this way.
Oh, let's talk about it.
How? Okay. Put it to you this way. How many women want to actually be with Drake long term versus how many women just want to be around that nigga short term so they can get something from him? Maybe clout. You know what I'm saying? It's a you want different things from certain people based off of their stereotype or how you stereotype them. Like, no, I promise you, no man actually wants. Like, we might like their pictures on Instagram just because that's what's mostly on Instagram already, but what we actually like isn't necessarily attached to their body, because the women that we marry and the women that we be in relationships with is completely different than the bitches that we like on Instagram. They're pretty much using their body as a business, and that's just what it is.
And those are the type of females y'all want to fuck.
Short term, yes, but we also want to fuck women that we actually like and want to keep around long term. Like, you can't compare like. Put it to this, if a nigga is ugly, right, and he has a couple girls right now, right, like a few girls that like him right now, right, but then he gets money and he has a bunch of girls on him, he can't start saying, oh, I'm getting bitches. They don't really like you, they just like your money. If they wasn't there with you beforehand, probably the other redeeming qualities that you had weren't amounting to shit, and your money just made up for a lot of what they see in you. You know what I mean?
I mean, he wasn't getting bitches. I used to fuck with ugly dudes because they were funny.
Lex, I'm just using a hypothetical. What I'm saying is,
I know.
what I'm saying is like, I don't think I feel like other women say that to other women, but like you can't look at Instagram as like a picture of reality and then put that in the real world, because again, Instagram is mainly built for women to make businesses, and a lot of those women choose to be in swimwear or makeup or be models, so of course you're gonna see that. That's what we're gonna see, so that's like what we're gonna react to. Like, we're not gonna go, you're not gonna go to a damn rock concert and be like, oh well, I want to hear some good wholesome Christian music. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're putting out to you is rock music.
I mean, there's some Christian bands out there too.
This nigga Lex. I can already see how this podcast is gonna be today. This nigga. But nah, I think my whole issue is that like I see a lot of women, especially that they think that having a completely normal body is actually below average because they compare themselves to Instagram models and they're like, oh well, you liking that bitch's pics? Like if you like
Yes, right. If you see your man is liking other chicks' pics, and you see the things, the pics, all the pics, right? That he's liked or whatever. You
mm-hmm.
know, if you caught him, and you constantly see that he likes either chicks with big butts, chicks with tits, you know what I'm saying, or even chicks of a different race. You know what I'm saying? How are we supposed to feel?
Well,
What are we supposed
that's the thing though, Lex. It's not just about in a relationship. Like I've seen women who aren't even in a relationship use that justification for men to be like, oh, all y'all like is women with big butts and shit like that. Like you're not even in a relationship with that.
to? You don't have to be in a relationship with them. Agree. You can be getting to that point. You know what I'm saying?
No,
To having.
I've seen women who aren't even like remotely trying to get in relationships with these men complain, and it's like they compare themselves to these women because of what they think men like, and they self sabotage by thinking that men are going to hold them to that standard. If that was the case, majority of men would not be with majority of women who are not Instagram models, and we can obviously see that that's not the case, right? There's more to a woman than just her looking a certain way. And to be honest, like whoever said that, whoever looks at Instagram and sees that we're liking those pictures and we think that's our golden standard for what we like in women, like that's not the case because like if I was to go to a temple, right, a church that's super big and pretty on the outside, but they're teaching pure fuckery inside, and then I go across the street and I see this broken down temple that's been housing refugees and teaching nothing but positivity, I'm gonna go to that broken down temple because that it's actually doing what it's supposed to be. Fuck the outside of that church. You know what I mean? I might originally be drawn into this church because it's glitz and glamour, but the temple may look better because on the outside after I see what it's actually about. So the whole idea about like them being the golden standard is kind of weird to me because I think one, I feel like women already without the influence of men or Instagram, I feel like a lot of women naturally by themselves had a lot of body dysmorphia issues because I've seen women who are perfectly fine, right? And they just like have this really skewed way of looking at their own body. Like they'll be completely normal. They may even look like I can understand if a certain girl has an issue with the way that she looks. Like if she's super skinny and like she's like, oh well, I don't have anything, maybe I can understand what you're talking about. But there are girls who are completely natural and normal human beings who have issues with their body, and I'm just like, you're comparing yourself to Instagram models when no man has ever told you in your life that they are the golden standard. They just happen to look like that. They happen to be what's advertised on Instagram.
I'm gonna say this because I've dealt with it.
No, go
I
ahead.
dealt with a Yeah, I dealt with a dude who was into chicks with big butts, small waist, big tits, right? We were fucking around with each other, whatever the case is. And then one day he gonna tell me that I needed to lose some weight or whatever the case is, around my stomach area. Because some chick, the last chick he was dealing with, she was built that way. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was like a slap in my face. But then I looked at him, and I was like, yo, like, but you big in the stomach too, bro. Like, I'm not understanding. Like, you telling me this when you need to lose weight yourself, but I ain't never sat there and said that you need to lose weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't care about that.
Right.
So it's not no dudes don't. There are some dudes out there who really go by that. Like, and shit is hurtful. I'm just glad I built myself up. You know what I'm saying? Like self esteem or not enough to know my worth to be like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like I'm still gonna be this chubby bitch. You know, like I'm gonna stay chubby.
Because
If I
here,
want to, I can lose weight.
I think it's just the way that men and women look at things. Like, okay, here's the thing. I've seen women say this shit to men too. Like, I'm pretty sure any man who is not like super fucking tall or is super skinny has definitely dealt with women saying shit like that to them. But I just think we don't really give a fuck because it's like I, we probably have a mindset where it's like there's another woman out here, so there's no reason for me to worry about what this bitch is saying right now. And it's like I can't take one person as a confirmation bias for the entirety of women. I've had women tell me to my face, I don't fuck with mixed niggas, or you're not light skinned enough, or you don't have colored eyes, or you're not black enough. I've heard all of that shit before. It's like I don't really care because it's not my, you know, I can't put what her or what a couple negative experiences on every single woman that I meet. Like I can't go like if a black woman tells me, "Oh, you're not hood enough." I can't be like, okay, well, the next black woman that I try and date is gonna say the same thing to me, so let me not date black women anymore. And I see that a lot too.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't like putting that standard on people, and I feel like women might actually get that confirmation a few times from men, and y'all think majority of men are like that. I promise you, majority of men actually worry more about how you make them feel and how you treat them and shit like that. And I know that sounds, y'all are probably like, no, y'all niggas just like big tits and shit. But I promise you, we like peace and people that we can actually vibe and fuck with way more than your body. At most, the most superficial that we can get is probably your face.
Speak for yourself and probably 5% of y'all on this planet.
Oh, this nigga said 5%.
I've just experienced it, yo. Like it's crazy.
And
like you have a dope personality, but next thing you know, it's some chick with a big butt. You know what I'm saying? And now that shit don't matter. Personality, and then you go to the chick with the big butt, and things ain't go the way you wanted to go, and then you go back to homegirl with a dope personality. Then what? Because that's happened to me as well. I'm not gonna say what I have because I do have the package. But
okay, this nigga
I've seen it happen to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen it. Like it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, but see, here's the thing. It happens both ways. Like, there's niggas who don't have certain things. Like, a nigga who may not have money, right? And then a woman will go to a nigga with money, realize that he don't really give a fuck about it, then sit there and complain, or she'll try and play it off like it was her that ended the relationship. Shit happens, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that there aren't men out here who go and do said thing, but at the same time, like, again, I feel like when it comes to standards, we reinforce what we think the negative standards on people are based off of a few bad experiences that we have. Like, the thing is, majority of men, and I'm just telling you this right now, majority of men only want to fuck bitches that look like that. We do not care about having a bitch with no fucking brains, with a big ass and shit in a relationship with her. Like, it just doesn't make sense long term. Like, because if you're trying to build something with that chick, right? Sure, you have a nice time when you're having sex with her, but outside of that, when it comes to her raising children, turning your house into a home, vibing with you, fucking with you, like on some deeper shit, she's not gonna have that. It's like having a trophy wife. If you're a nigga who wants to have a trophy wife, sure, but a majority of normal ass niggas who are going through day to day, who just want somebody on their side that they can actually fuck with, we really don't care about that. Like, I've seen niggas out here with some of the flattest women, and a bunch of people think that they're super fucking ugly, but really it just matters to them that that person is a really dope person. And I feel like a lot of women have this thing where it's like an insecurity complex where it's like, okay, well, this man said this to me once, so now I'm gonna automatically self-sabotage and think every man that comes after him might have that way of thinking towards me. And I feel like that that hampers on women more than it does on men, because y'all are.
Sometimes it's a constant thing though. It ain't just no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay,
dudes.
but okay.
Sometimes it be like a back to back or just
okay.
Majority dealt with.
Because in my opinion, I feel like women are the one who body shame other women way more than men do, because a woman will sit there and say, if honestly, you could just read any Instagram model's like little caption, and she'll instantly compare herself and say that she's better than somebody else, or even like behind each other's back, y'all be talking crazy. But I promise you, unless you're like, on the rare chance that a nigga does say something to you about your body, you're probably his girl or somebody he's trying to fuck with, at the most. But we don't go out our way to just talk shit about women like that. So this is where I feel like.
So talking smack to a female you trying to get is the way to go about it.
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
I said that the most you will ever hear a man talk about a woman's body is if he's trying to fuck with a girl that he like. We're not gonna speak on a woman that we can't get or that we're not interested in getting. So majority of the time, we're not even speaking on a woman's body because we don't care. You know what I mean? I really feel like in today's day and age, women do a lot of this shit in their own head. It's like, yes, there's gonna be men that go out there and talk shit about you, but they're one. I'm telling you right now, they're not the standard. You can literally, you could ask, boyfriend right now, right? If he wasn't with you or before he was with you, and he'll tell you, I didn't give a shit. I really probably cared about that person, how they made me feel more than anything.
We had that conversation. We're just not gonna go there.
Oh, this
We're just not gonna go there because he's different. We gonna leave that alone.
Because like, if you're gonna what you're looking for when you're trying to fuck somebody versus when you're trying to have a family with somebody is two different things. A big ass and tits ain't gonna fucking raise your children right. So.
Don't say that.
What?
Don't say that. I'm doing a pretty good job.
No, I'm saying you have to have more than. Yo, this nigga. But no, I'm just saying like that can't. And I feel like women do themselves a disservice when they think, oh well, this is why I can't get said man, or this is the standard that they're putting out. What we like on Instagram has nothing to do with what we actually like in real life. Like I could like. Okay, but right, but here's my thing. But when we do say it, right, y'all don't believe us. Like I just said something to you, and you're like,
action says otherwise.
No, Lex, how are we supposed to show you otherwise on Instagram when other body types are not being displayed on Instagram?
Post your girl. Post your girl. Post your girl.
Okay, well that's not gonna happen because niggas are territorial and we don't like posting our women for other people to see. So that's not gonna happen. But I mean, And I'm not okay, but here's the thing: I'm not saying that it's right for you to like a bitch's pics when you're on fucking in a relationship on Instagram. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when niggas are single and when they're liking shit, we like what's around us. Like if you're fucking, let's say, if a white nigga is in India, right? The only people he's going to be able to be in a relationship with are Indian women. So that's just gonna happen. You know what I mean? If we're only seeing this certain body type on Instagram, that's all we have to to really see. Like you rarely do.
Alright, so if you see a bunch of chicks on Instagram looking like Lizzo, you don't like Lizzo?
I actually fuck with Lizzo's personality.
I'm not saying personality. We're talking about looks. You gonna fuck with Lizzo?
No, but that has nothing to do with her weight. I just don't think she's that attractive.
But that's what I'm saying though.
Like let's be completely honest here though. Lizzo is a little extreme, right? Lizzo is a little extreme. Lex. Oh my god. We're not gonna go there because I'm not trying to get us banned off YouTube. But Lizzo is a little bit extreme, okay? Like let's say. Like, if it's a super skinny chick or a chick that's deemed slightly overweight, you know what I mean? We don't care, man. Like, we don't need you to be perfect.
Couldn't even think about the Lizzo thing, though. She's slightly overweight.
No, Lex, you gonna make me turn into a YouTube villain. She is not slightly overweight, and you know it, man. No, okay.
Just all right.
You want Lex? I can bring up the numbers and why that's not realistic. How much does Lizzo weigh, and how tall is she?
I don't know. Let me see.
See, look, man.
But you see what I'm saying now? You sitting here talking about, well, that's all we really have. So if all y'all really have was a bunch of Lizzos on Instagram, like in a bunch of Lizzos.
Lex. Let me put it to you this way. Lizzo is 5'10", which is actually pretty tall for a woman, right?
Yep.
308 pounds.
Yeah, we around the same.
Yeah, but you don't look like she does.
And this is what I'm talking about. That's crazy.
She is
gorgeous.
I'm not saying that she's not gorgeous. I'm just saying Lex.
Once we get Lizzos out here, showing it little cheeks.
So here, Lex. So here, okay. Here's the opposite of that, right? Let's flip it to men, right? If a nigga has absolutely no money, let's say a nigga is making 25,000 working at McDonald's, right? The niggas that y'all be chasing after and liking pics of and being thirsty under Instagram with, it'd be the Michael B. Jordans and the Chris Browns and niggas that are multimillionaires that have bodies that are on fucking magazine covers and shit like that. Majority of niggas don't look like that, nor are we making that kind of money. However,
Chris Brown got a bird chest.
okay, but here's my point. Even with that being said, and we realize that's what y'all be going after and liking on Instagram, we realize that's not the reality, and we're not gonna compare ourselves to them and be like, oh well, all women like niggas that have $1 million in their bank account. If we don't have $1 million, we ain't shit. Like that's a self-esteem issue at the end of the day. If you have to compare yourself to like the top level of like what society deems acceptable, because by the same token, society deems the Instagram models are the top. Not everybody's gonna think they're the top. Society deems that white people and your eccentric features are the top. Not everybody looks that way or thinks that way. You know what I mean? You have to have some type of self-esteem within yourself to be like, you know what? I don't look like these people, but maybe some other person doesn't think that that's the standard of what beauty is, or maybe that's a construed standard of what beauty is, and I shouldn't have to worry about that. Because regardless, let's say that it was the standard, right? As a woman, you should not go through your life being like, oh, well, that's the standard, so I'm lesser than, and like, no, there's a nigga, there's 100% niggas out there that do not give a fuck about any of that shit, and if they like you, they like you.
Let me ask you a question, right?
Okay.
Do you respect Lizzo and what she stands for and what she does when it comes to women who are big or overweight?
I don't know. Well, is she positive about it?
Yes.
I don't really have an issue. I
clothing line, you know, like workout clothing and stuff like that for big girls.
Right, like listen, I don't have no problem with that. Like I really don't. Like
down for the big girls.
I think I fuck with her personality more because out of like all the, you know, like R&B and, you know, rappers and shit, she's probably the most wholesome, the least toxic, and she's actually kind of funny. So I fuck with her on that. And then on the top of that, she's not an ugly chick. She's just not my type. It has nothing to do with her weight. It's just she's just not my type. But I still respect her, and I don't have, and I don't have an issue with her being like positive towards, you know, bigger women, as long as she's not saying like, okay, it's super healthy to be like, as long as she's not saying some shit like that, I have no problem with people being okay with their body and not comparing themselves to other people. I absolutely think that's a good thing to do, because then that goes into the realm of depression and comparisons and standards and shit like that, insecurities. So I actually fuck with that. But
you've been coming at her about her being vegan and being a big girl.
She's a vegan?
Apparently, yes, she is.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, weight loss isn't about necessarily what you eat. If she eats a fucking ton of food, then she's in a caloric surplus, and she doesn't exercise, and, you know, that shit happens. Same shit with me. I eat the same way that I used to in high school, but I'm not nearly as active. And look at me now. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. But
let me ask you a question, right?
Uh-huh.
So say you did see, like, do you think you learned to like a certain type of certain types of females? Because say big girls was just the only thing that was like out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that you like it's like a learned thing? Like you would have learned to like you would be into big girls because of it.
I mean,
that's what like on Instagram and magazines.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I mean, it's a thing. It's something in psychology. I think it's called confirmation bias or some shit like that. Where it's like if there's something that you see over time, it's gonna eventually become the standard or the standardization for you, right? So like, and there's exceptions to the rule. Like if you go to the Caribbean, a lot of niggas actually like big women, but there's not a lot of big women in the Caribbean. So like, it really just depends. Certain people have different standards. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's an issue. Like, if I see a certain if I see a certain type of woman, that doesn't necessarily mean like I didn't see a lot of fucking Asian women growing up, but I still like Asian women. I think they're pretty. I didn't see a ton of Indian women. Still like Indian women. Didn't see a ton of Caribbean women. Still like Caribbean women. So It really just depends on what you like. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, well,
What?
your background,
My background?
some parts. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's okay, but like this is not like Toronto. Like majority of the quote unquote, when I say Caribbean, I mean West Indian. I'm not talking about like Puerto Ricans and Dominicans and shit like that. Obviously, I'm gonna see them, but I don't really count them as. That's not what I mean.
Yo, he's about to lose some points.
No. I'll say it. Fuck. I mean, they're Caribbean, but they're not West Indian. I mean, I'll say that shit now. I mean, niggas can
They're
debate me
not
on
West
that.
Indian. No, you're right. They're not West Indian, but you know.
I'll lose points. But not like
you know, that's what I want to know. Like with the guys, like it's a little learn thing. You know.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie, me.
I think the societal I think the societal learn thing, like within a culture, like let's say here in America, right? We're on Instagram and we have a fast paced lifestyle. So for us, it may be the standard quote unquote in quotation marks beauty feature for a woman to be busty and have a big ass and have this weird Coca-Cola shape. But even then, that's just the standard that's displayed by society. Niggas within America could like completely different body types. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily just a one size fits all cloth. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to women, majority of the shit that y'all have to attract men that y'all want really just comes down to your personality and the way that you behave. Majority of the time, and your like aesthetic, like the way you dress, type shit. But like, it's not really. And I just hate how women kind of like to compare themselves to Instagram models, because it's like we in our head don't even compare y'all to Instagram models. Like it's two different things. We more so look at Instagram models as a product because they're like damn near selling themselves. Whereas
I'm not gonna hold you. I'll give you that.
yeah, like
I'll give you that.
we don't look at them the same as normal human beings. Same way, that's why we don't compare ourselves to fucking Jason Momoa and like NBA players, because them niggas are damn near a product. Majority of the population doesn't relate to them niggas, so it's like it's
damn sure ain't no Jason, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I give you that though, because sometimes dudes, I've seen it too. Like dudes will be like, when they girl get all dressed up or whatever, and, you get the little compliments, but then you get the little extra compliment, like, oh, you out here looking like a little Beyonce, or you looking like a little Rihanna or something. Yeah, I give you that. I seen it. Yeah, that makes you feel a little better,
makes you feel a little bit. I'm not into giving random
I
ass.
want to hear. I look like a good old nice, hot dog with extra cheese and
Autistic.
fried onions and mustard and ketchup. I want to be a little good looking glizzy,
Glizzy. Yo, this nigga.
With the potato bun,
This nigga said good looking glizzy, but nah, what you call it? I and that was one side of it, which was body standards. I think we touched on that enough. Another thing I wanted to speak on was dating standards in general, just dating standards.
Oh yes.
Between women and men, and then dating standards in general now versus like back when our parents and shit was dating. So
they had standards.
Who had
back
standards?
in the day?
Yeah, they had standards back in the. Well, okay. See, for me, this is gonna be a little bit different because I feel like.
No.
They had standards back in the days. What do you mean? They definitely had standards.
I ain't gonna talk about my family because.
Okay,
whew.
so I'll put it this way, right?
Home Alabama.
To this, okay, that's a little. Yo, that's a little much. But nah, wait. What I was gonna say is, dating standards today versus dating standards back then, right? So like. The thing is, I don't think like the advice, like I'll speak on behalf of like men who have mothers that tell them shit about women and how to go as far in relationships, right? My mother teaches me shit that her grandmother would have probably taught my grandfather, right? Difference is my grandfather could have put that in the application back then because there wasn't a super huge difference in the way that women moved and the dating standards and like the credibility of how people were back then, right? But my mother telling me, okay, well, a woman got to act this way. If she does this, she's not ready for a relationship, yada, yada, yada. In application, it sounds perfectly normal, right? But putting that into, like, actual action when like in today's day and age versus then is completely it's two different things because half of the women nowadays, especially in major cities, if you're in a New York, if you're in a Miami, if you're in a Central Florida, fucking Texas, Atlanta, some shit, Cali, anywhere, majority of women there, I'm gonna be honest with you, are into nightlife or into trying to be the next Instagram model, are really fucking shallow, and it's like you're basically trying to apply. Uh, they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You're trying to turn a person who's trying to be an Instagram model into a wholesome human being, and it doesn't work.
A hoe into a housewife. I mean, I've seen it. We had this conversation before.
Okay, but it rarely does it happen. Rarely does.
Happens.
Yeah, okay, but like it's not a safe bet as a man to go out there and be like, okay, well this woman is a hoe, I'm gonna be the changer, and then I'm gonna have kids by her, and I'm gonna hope that she changes and raises my children properly. That's like a really dangerous ass thing to do, especially if you're a man who's trying to start a family, you're trying to value your kids. It's a really dangerous thing to do to just go out there and then be like, well, you know what? She was real fucking loose, but hey, I give her this ring, and you know I buy a like nice little house with a picket fence. She gonna change up and do everything she can to be a great mother.
But let me ask you something.
Right.
Now, is this just with celebrities? Because I could sit here and speak for myself.
What do you mean just with celebrities? I'm talking about like just in general because like I'm just saying as someone who has dated now and somebody who lives in a city, well it's not a super fucking poppin' city like Miami, but it's damn near close there, and I can tell you right now it like the quality it's almost like there's two different dating markets in America. There's the states that and like the cities that are just it's not as much shit popping, so people are a little bit more wholesome and down to earth. And then there's the major cities, and you have people just doing a bunch of like dog ass shit. Niggas out here dogging women, women out here dogging men, and it's just like nobody.
You think you have to be in a city to not be wholesome?
No, I'm saying that I think that who just joined? Who just joined in? Oh, it's Black.
Y'all motherfuckers thought y'all was safe, huh? Yeah, I saw you on. I came right this way. I'm coming for your asses.
Yeah. But nah, basically what I was saying was like I'm not saying that you have to be from a low key state. I'm just saying like the chances of you running into a wholesome person, whether it be a woman or a man, is gonna be more likely in a place that's not fucking Miami or like New York or like Los Angeles, because everybody there is like on that like fast grind shit. So yeah, exactly. So you see, and he like Black agrees too. So like there's a reason why like especially niggas that have like immigrant family, there's a reason why niggas go to other countries to get wives and shit, and sometimes even settle there, but they won't come back to America.
Because fuck it, if I could go get me a fucking
hey.
Sir, you have a wife.
She upstairs trying to go to sleep. I'm good.
This man here, she gonna wake up, do a little digging, find this podcast. Oh, you want a bitch from Saudi Arabia, huh? Oh, okay.
That's Saudi Arabia.
You like that Arabic? I was gonna say some crazy shit. I'm not trying to get us banned. But yeah.
Oh wait. You did as on the podcast right now?
Yeah, we're on the podcast.
What podcast?
This is our Blvck Luna podcast.
Where can I find such thing?
I'll link it into Discord. I got you.
All right. So basically, what we're talking about, we talked about like body standards already, right? Between men and women, and now we're talking about dating standards in like today's market between men and women. So
don't ask me shit. I don't know.
Yo, this nigga,
Now he don't know. Nothing.
Yeah, now he don't know. This nigga is acting in his own fucking PR team. I don't want to be caught up in no shit.
Man, that's crazy. I'm trying to join, and it's like Rose quit. So I was like, okay.
Oh, no, because we're talking right now. That's why.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I'm just all up in the way. Hold on, let me.
No. You're fine.
Let me just shut my mouth or something.
Nah, because we're almost done with the podcast anyway. We're like 35 minutes in, so we got
I'm just shut my mouth anyway.
We got like 5-10 more minutes, and we'll talk about.
I'm gonna just shut my mouth anyway, because you know what I'm saying.
No, to be honest, it's a good thing you hear.
Yeah, you know.
Your speaking on things.
Oh no, I'm muting myself immediately because you can't get a word up out of me.
But nah, so like, back to what I was saying. Like, I think the chances of you finding a wholesome relationship is gonna happen in places that aren't super like popping than a place in like Miami, because like it's just not like the same vibe. Like people in Miami are a little bit more into social media. They're a little bit more into like that social media standard and like just like clout and shit like that. People are chasing a certain dream in said like uh in said cities, but like let's say you go to fucking Idaho or some shit. Chances are chicks there ain't gonna be the same as a chick in Miami. Just like that's just reality. So
I don't know.
Lex,
I
okay,
know what a dude from Tennessee, and he was different.
okay, but Tennessee, okay,
I mean, I'm also a guy from Tennessee.
was she from Memphis?
I'm also a guy from Clarksville.
Yeah, was she from Memphis, Lex?
He was from Memphis.
Yeah, see, so that don't count. That's a major city. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like
Major to me. Major to me.
Okay, because okay, you're a New York
New
nigga.
York.
Y'all fucking y'all think everything below fucking y'all line is southern country ass dusk like fucking tumbleweeds and railroad tracks.
Right.
Yeah. See, so no, it's not the same thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Fucking Memphis is definitely a major city. That's the only city that they have in Tennessee, realistically, that you can even say is like a major city. That's where all the rappers come from. That's where the nightlife and shit is at. So it's like somebody being from there is kind of the same shit as being from a major city. I'm talking about like some fucking like the Timbuktu towns and flyover states that nobody really goes to. You know what I mean?
Like Idaho.
Yeah, like places like that, right? Or
at the
yeah, or if you go to a like if you leave the country and you go to a country that has more traditional values where people are actually like more respecting of relationships, then yeah, you can get it that way too. But I just think that dating standards nowadays are really fucked up. Like people put like I feel like sometimes women ask a lot of men initially, but they don't offer a lot. And I feel like men ask a lot of women initially because they're trying to qualify a woman to see if she's worth it. But I feel like you should do your due diligence either way to see if somebody is worth your time instead of expecting them to upfront put out everything that they have to offer.
What do you ask for in a woman? If you were to get in a relationship with them, yeah.
At this point in my life,
if you were to take them serious.
If at this point in my life, I just want to like if you're a homebody like me and you're respectful and you're accountable, and then you just have like some quirky like nerdy shit. You ain't gotta be a nerd, just like some quirky shit about you that's not like the norm standard or some shit like that. Then I'll fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like.
All right. So what flaws are like in a sense kind of like acceptable?
Flaws?
You know, yeah, like flaws you've seen in women that you feel is like somewhat acceptable in dealing with if you were to be with her.
Are you talking about me personally or men in general?
You personally.
Okay, like if she got a little pudge or something, I don't mind. If she's not busty or shaped like an hourglass, I don't really fucking mind. I'm gonna be honest with you. As long I really just care about if she's healthy. You know what I mean? Cause like.
Oh, she got a long back and like her butt crack is like her neck. You fine with that?
Okay, that's an exaggeration. I know what you're talking about though, but like again. Like to me, as long as she has a decently pretty face and she has those other qualities that I was telling you about, that shit really don't matter. And she's obviously, let me just put this out, she has to be born with a fucking vagina. If that's the case, then yes, we can have that conversation. You know what I mean? But like, a lot of that shit that y'all be worried about, y'all think we be caring about, we really don't. Like having a little pudge or something. I've seen women that have like barely a little fucking Hawaiian roll on their stomach talking about, I'm so fat. This nigga's not gonna like me. I'm like, oh man. Here we go with this.
So what if she has like one toe? Then what?
Okay. Now you doing a little too much.
I'm asking asking you. If she has one toe, would you still fuck
If
with
she
her?
has one toe, she can't even stand up, man. Like,
Bro, where do y'all come up with this shit? Like,
you know
what if
what's
I was a worm? Would you still love me? I
yeah.
don't know. I'd probably step on you by that time.
That's what's the crazy thing is I'm trying to have a legitimate podcast. This nigga over here bringing up like some weird ass like this bitch can't even like listen.
If I was a book, would you still read me? I don't know. It
No,
depends on what type of genre you're in.
This nigga said if she has a one toe, Lex, if I wanted this bitch to stay 10 toes down for me, she can't even do it. So no.
But no, these things, I'm being serious. Like, these things matter at times, yo. Like,
Okay.
I don't think a toe matters, really.
That doesn't like that's some out of this world shit.
So you would deal with her if she had one toe?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not much of a foot person anyway, so it really wouldn't matter.
This nigga here.
I mean, hey, getting your toes done is gonna be kind of cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, this podcast, bro. Jesus Christ.
It went down the drain. I'm sorry, dog. I ain't mean to ruin it.
No, I'm trying to get Lex to be serious, and then this nigga add to it. Anybody who come across our channel gonna be like, these niggas talking about dating like it's a joke. But nah.
They call her Uno.
Yo. But nah, what's we call it?
Back on the topic.
But nah, I just think dating standards right now are kind of really fucked up.
I'm gonna be real. Don't nobody really take anyone serious these days on some real
And
shit.
that's the reason why when I go on Instagram, I see so many single women with baby fathers that they hate and children that they got to take care of because nobody takes anybody serious. Then when that woman,
you're not an Aries, I don't want you.
yo, if you're not a Capri Sun with your alignment in asparagus, like no, bro, like that zodiacs is something for another day. But like,
we can talk about that next week, actually.
Yeah, zodiacs. But whatchamacallit? I just think nowadays nobody, like you said, nobody takes anybody serious, and it's like the amount of pain that people have to go through to find somebody that is like decent is ridiculous nowadays.
It's hard.
And what's worse to me is the people that be doing people dirty be the loudest niggas on Instagram talking crazy about, oh man, I can't like bro, I just had a conversation with you in the group chat and you was sending me pics of this bitch that you just fucked, and then you was talking to another bitch and you over here complaining, and then there's the other bitch that's out here talking to 5 niggas complaining because one of the niggas cut her off because they found out. Like, bro, you gotta.
That was her main nigga. You gotta get it.
No.
Right.
Yeah, that's the. Okay. See, now, and shit like that is why I don't have a lot of respect for certain people when they go on and they start complaining about the relationships, because it's like, you gotta move a certain way with respect to expect to get that back. And niggas is not moving like that nowadays. Like, niggas are saying, niggas, I hear people say all the time, oh, you know, I want that relationship like my parents. Bitch, are you moving like your mother? You are not.
Nah, I don't even want that either.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, women, I've heard women say to me, I want that relationship like my parents. And I'm like, first of all, you're not moving like your mother. 2, you're asking for a nigga that's 6'3" that's making 100,000. Nigga, your pops is a fucking mechanic and that nigga's 5'4". Humble yourself. Relax.
He's the size of the wheel.
yo, this nigga.
Imagine not moving like your mom used to move it back in the day. It's over with.
You don't even know how your mom moved back.
Exactly.
You don't know until you get around her siblings and they start snitching.
Okay, but here's
wait a minute, siblings. We're in fucking Mississippi now. I mean Alabama.
No, when you have a family gathering and then your aunts and them start talking about how your mom used to wall out back in the day.
I legit almost thought you was about to say like damn Family Guy. I was gonna start dying.
Alabama.
Okay, but the average woman back then was not doing anywhere close to the shit that women nowadays are doing. It's not even comparable.
Right? Imagine not throwing it back like your grandmama used to do like back in the day.
They were gyrating back in the day.
This nigga here.
Meredith used to throw that knee skirt so high.
Like the most you would hear, you might hear about your parents or your grandparents. Oh, they went to the juke joint and they was dancing and drinking alcohol. Like that's normal shit. Like That's just them having like just literally just partying. They're not dancing crazy. They're not doing nothing. They went get a fucking soda pop, come back home. Them niggas just wearing Converse and shit. It's fine, right? You can't compare that shit to what people are doing nowadays.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's people being afraid of commitment. I don't know what it is.
What is commitment?
Oof. Ain't you married asking that fucking question?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can kind of understand why people are afraid of commitment. And if you talk about it from like a societal standpoint, women don't want to have children no more because they're afraid they're gonna get left. Men don't want to have children or end up wifing chicks because we're afraid of divorce and shit like that. So I get that point, but that's been an issue before our generation too. So like it has to be something else.
I don't know what it is. Or maybe everybody just wants to have fun. You know?
Yeah, but like, okay, that ideology right there doesn't really work for women realistically, because if a nigga goes out, I'm gonna be honest with you. If a nigga goes out there and has a lot of fun, nobody's gonna really hold that to him unless he was doing some absolutely wild shit. If a woman is going out, if a woman is going out here and having fun, and this is a double standard, I'll admit it, but it's just the reality. If a woman is going out there and having fun and throwing her ass at everybody, by the time she hits 30 and she's
that ass in a circle.
This nigga. By the time she hits 30 and she's like, I want to settle down, niggas are not gonna. They're gonna go off of what they've seen. They're gonna be like, why the fuck would I sit here and wife up a chick that spent her entire 20s shaking her ass?
That's a lie, and I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Based off of who?
Like that because they see, they think, you know, they see that you fun or whatever the case is. What?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why niggas do that type of shit is because they look at those women as trophy wives, not because they look at them as wholesome women that are just like, okay, well, I just got like a fucking great ass human being that I super fucking into. Like a lot of the time, that shit is like. I'm gonna be honest. Do you think Offset or whatever the fuck his name got with Cardi B because he thought she was a wholesome human being, or do you think he got with her because she was Cardi B and a lot of other niggas wanted her?
But that's what I'm saying though. She's a bunch of fun, and her personality is pretty dope.
Yeah, but I'm.
That's what I'm saying. Like she, you can get down and whatnot and still be wholesome because Cardi's definitely a wholesome person.
She is a wholesome person.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, that's what I'm saying. Niggas do not like hoes for wives. Like that's what I'm telling you. Like you.
That's not. I don't agree with that completely. I don't.
Lex, I'm literally a man, and I'm telling you, like you
can be a man, but you're just one man.
Lex, okay, if I was to go outside, right, niggas that are actually want relationships and long term like families with women, right, like the niggas that y'all actually want that are wholesome, right, and I asked them, are you gonna date a woman who's had a past and was a hoe in the past? They're gonna say no, because that reflects.
That's bullshit.
They're gonna say no because that reflects on them, and that also reflects on their character, which they could then pass on to their children.
No, I think it's when you're over like 30, 35 years old and you still doing shit like that. That's when it's really an issue. But if you had a whole past, in which I feel like you should get out of your system by the time y'all at least 27 years oldish, you know what I'm saying, or 30, the latest. Then I can understand like, oh, whatever. But like, I once you pass 30, 35. And you still doing the same shit, I could like I don't know. I can see that. I feel like around that time is the time we should be having, you know,
I feel like personally me
stuff like that. Like the fun time should not be as much. To be honest, I feel like you should be having more fun with your friends. And if you know you have like friends who are like in relationships as well, you know, y'all could do like couple dates and stuff like that or whatever, you know, hangouts and group hangouts and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like that's the time. But
I don't know.
Continue doing the same shit before, but I feel like everybody should have a whole phase.
That to me that seems like a waste of time. Maybe it's just because I'm a man and I'm a little bit different and I hold people accountable. But waste of time. It is because, and again, I'm not a woman. I'm a man, so I'm telling you from a man's perspective. Me sitting out here fucking a bunch of bitches constantly, but not making progress in my life, does not make sense to me. Because when I do end up settling down with a woman and trying to have a family, I wouldn't have made the progress that I needed to want to take care of her and my kids properly. I could have spent that time and I was busy chasing bitches and trying to be a hoe, actually making something better of myself or chasing dreams before I lock myself down to be a family man. So for me personally, I feel like if you're gonna have a whole phase, max do that shit by the time you're out of college. And even then, having a whole phase is not something necessarily to be proud of because it's like if you can't control your sexual promiscuity for whatever reason, that's an issue with yourself. Everything has to be in moderation. You can't just be like, oh, well, I'm gonna just go out here and fuck with everything because I can. It's like,
no one's not saying fuck with everything, but you can have your fun, is what I'm saying. But I feel like it should stop at like a certain age or whatever. Like you can't expect dealing with a chick. Like you get married to a chick and then she don't know how to fuck. Like you
okay,
now
whoa,
you
whoa,
stuck.
whoa, okay. Again, this is
what I'm saying. This is where the hoeing comes in.
No, because I completely disagree with you. I think this is where we completely start disagreeing because you're a woman trying to judge men by what you guys like. Women usually want a man to be able to fuck when they meet him.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, but hold on. I'm gonna make my point. What I'm saying is, women usually want men to know how to have sex and have certain things in their bag by the time they meet them. Men do not care. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Men don't care if a girl can fuck right.
If I'm gonna marry a chick because I think she's wholesome, I don't care. I have the rest of my life to teach her.
That's a whole bullshit ass lie. I'm saying that right now.
Okay, okay.
You want to sit here and fuck with an inexperienced chick, inexperienced sexually chick, right? Whatever chick. You know what I'm saying? You gonna fuck with a chick who don't know how to fuck like that?
Lex,
I mean,
it's not.
Everyone is inexperienced at first. There's never a pro automatically.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to learn how to go through it.
But that's what I'm telling him. I'm saying it takes time. Like it takes time. It takes experiences for a person to get to that point.
Right. You don't need to fuck with other people to learn how to fuck with me, though. That's like saying, okay, well, I have a very specific blood disease, so they need to go and test somebody else with a completely different blood disease to learn how to cure what I have in my body. It doesn't make sense because people are different. Like if I want a woman that's gonna like raise my children properly that I can really fuck with and vibe with, I don't want to know that you know these skills because you've been sucking dick for like fucking 12 years. Like I don't care about that. That's I feel like again this is something that probably women tell other women that men like experienced women. Men like experienced women for sex if we're only gonna have sex with them. If we're talking relationships, completely different things. If I'm in a relationship with a chick, I give a fuck about how good you fuck. I have the rest of my life to teach you. I'm being honest. Like why? Like there's like we. That's like okay. I'm gonna put it to you this way: a man.
Honestly, I get what you're saying. Like you could be with one person and learn to learn that person's body and what they like and whatnot and stuff like that.
And not even, I get that. And not even just that. Like a man wanting a hoe for a wife and saying that that's like something to be celebrated is like saying a woman wants a broke nigga and that's something to be celebrated as her husband.
No one's saying to celebrate it.
I'm just saying like I think a lot of women who are promiscuous, they like to put it that way, but they're like, oh well, I'm just sexually experienced. Like no, you have a past and that's fine, right? I'm not shaming you, but to sit here and act like that's a pro over a woman who hasn't had a past is two different things. Like that's
Let
like.
me ask you this: would you prefer fucking with a younger chick or an older chick?
What do you mean, younger chick or older chick?
Someone who's younger than you, or would you prefer fucking with someone older than you?
Doesn't matter. I really care about their character more. Like the way that they display themselves and shit like that matters more to me.
We had this conversation before. It was a different answer, but I'll leave that on. Okay.
No, I'm saying like I mean. I'd prefer older just because of the age I'm at right now. Like when you say younger than me, I'm 23, right? So a chick that's younger than me can be a fucking teenager. I don't fuck with that. So if I was in like my later 20s, then yeah, it would go either way. But because of where I'm at age right now, it would make more sense for me to want to date a chick that's older than me. But even then, if a chick is like 22, because again, like I'm 23, if a chick that's younger than me is damn near a teenager. Like, it don't matter to me if she's 21, 22, but, like, there's not much of an age behind me as much as there is an age in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but even then, like, it don't really matter too much to me. I care more about the character that they have.
What did you tell me before when it came to chicks younger than you, and even by like a year or two, they act or they act a certain way, right? Compared to women that's like older than you, whatever, right?
Nowadays, no, because they both have their pluses and minuses usually, but I don't want to stereotype all of them. The thing is, women that are my age or younger tend to be in that, like what you said, they try to do that whole phase shit, but that's only because of nowadays culture, right? Versus older women have usually went through that whole phase, or they're just older and wiser. They've never done the whole phase. They're older and wiser, and they're ready to do some like decent,
Who ain't never did no whole phase?
what?
Who I said who never did no
There's a
whole
bunch
phase?
of women who have never had a whole phase.
It's 9 o'clock.
Huh?
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock. We got
It's
5 more minutes until it to be. No, go ahead. Say it. We got 5 more minutes.
No, I'm sorry.
No, say it.
It is all right.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this as an example. You telling me a Muslim chick had a whole face? Nine times out of 10. Nine times out of 10. Yeah, no, 9 times out of 10. You telling me that?
I dealt with Muslim dudes, and I've seen Muslim chicks around Muslim dudes, and they different. They don't even be doing the shit they supposed to be doing.
Right, but 9 times out of 10, there are definitely women who have never had a whole face, right? You make it seem like every single woman is just out here sucking dick for like for like for like a hobby or some shit like.
Or ones I've seen up here.
Okay, but again, that, and see, that goes back to my other point. You're in New York, so what are you gonna see?
But I'm saying, like I said, I'm basing it off of what I've seen.
Right. So we can't say, yeah, but we can't use that to paint the picture.
Right. I can't say everybody exactly.
Right.
But I'm telling you from experience, from what I've seen, where I'm at, they damn sure out here hoeing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're gonna be completely honest with you, LA and fucking New York are probably the 2 worst cities when it comes to that whole shit. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Because, like, even in Miami, there's some women who just go out for nightlife. It's rare, but there are some women who just go out for nightlife. The women up there be doing some crazy shit. So, I don't know.
Man, they Muslim.
Oh, my God.
Yo, you asked me.
I'm just saying. We're just going to have to agree to disagree. Because, for me, I don't think you have to be a hoe to have fun in your younger years. There's so much other shit you can do to become a wholesome person, besides fucking and tossing your vagina, you dicking people all the goddamn time. But I mean, there's other shit to do. There's an entire fucking globe of countries and hobbies. No, nah. Don't say here. No.
You know what I'm saying? No, it's true. Sometimes you want to double dabble in different flavors.
No, like, man.
That's true.
Okay, I can understand if you want to date different people to get that experience. But
nobody's saying dating.
Okay, see, yeah, so nah, that's not cool. You can't just go around fucking people because you're curious. That's weird. I'm gonna be honest. That is extremely weird. Because that's how fucking people end up being single mothers, and that's how we're in this shit we're in right fucking now.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm weird then.
Yo, this. All right, I'm gonna end this podcast because we're gonna end up fucking talking about this shit and not agreeing.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna be.
Stress. All right, y'all. Yeah. All right, y'all. That's gonna be the end of the podcast. We're gonna be online next Tuesday at 8. I don't know what the fuck we're gonna talk about. Hopefully something we can. Huh?
I said zodiac signs.
Oh, zodiac signs. Yeah. So we're gonna be speaking on zodiac signs next Tuesday at 8. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, all that jazz.
Share,
Yeah. All right, y'all. See y'all next Tuesday at 8.
Okay, bye.